Alright, we're running like super late tonight. Oh, that's not cool. What's going on, Imani? Good evening. Just sending out my tweets, and then we will begin the creation process for Sarah Warfield. Kind of running late because I had to do all this preloading stuff, getting all the graphics done in Photoshop and then uploading them to the community creations. I would actually do that on stream, but my computer is a piece of shit and can't do multiple things at once, so I had to do that before I started streaming. Go ahead and send this. The creation of a. Oops. But I'm gonna stay on until I get the appearance done. Because it is a Monday and people do gotta work tomorrow, myself included, unfortunately. Alright. That is all taken care of. We shall begin. This will be my first female call created in 2K23, so it kind of only makes sense that it's the female equivalent of Riot that I make the first one, considering the fact that she's the longest running female call that I've made. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, 2K19 was a good time. All right. So obviously she's going to be a powerhouse because she is one of the strongest females on my roster. So it only makes sense. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to have to make it 2 lines. The selection sounds in this game is so damn loud. Like, that's annoying. It should just be like clicks and taps, not boom, 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 boom. Too much bass. What's up, Pan? I'm over here complaining about the sound effects. Which makes sense because it's in my ear, you know. I got headphones on. It's would probably be different if I was on speakers. Didn't think they would have Warfield. That would have been cool though. We'll just make it war. Close thing. You probably, yeah. The sound director must have been having some. He was playing some dubstep or something like that, or like some dark trap, something with a lot of bass on it. That's probably what it was. All right. Default base, because I use the default based on all of my caws. And somehow they still manage to have some form of variation to them. Go figure. So it actually prompted me to decide I wanted to do Sarah here, is that I saw an Instagram post from my guy Extreme Tony, who I had given the blessing to use Sarah Warfield in his eFed, and he's been doing that for years, but of course he's probably missed out on her the last 2 years, considering I didn't get 2K20 or 2K22. So this will be the perfect year for a comeback for her. And then the other reason is that I forgot that they actually increased the amount of caws you could create to 100. So you can have 100 caws and you can upload 80 of them. So this might actually be the first time in many, many years that I can actually have my male and female roster on the same exact save. Normally I have to put them on 2 different saves across 2 completely different profiles. But I don't have to do that now because we got more slots. So, very nice. And the best part about that is that they put mixed matches, mixed gender matches in this. So, yeah, we can have mixed matches with all of my characters, which is one of the things that I had wanted for them to add into the game. And yeah, we got it. So that makes me happy. I don't think we need to do much here. The other reason why I use the default face is that my face template that I made in Photoshop is based on the default template face here. So 9 times out of 10, the parts of the face, the eyes, nose, mouth, hit on the parts of the model exactly to where I don't have to do a whole lot of movements. Even with the apparent, glitch here with regards to matching the parts of the face to the texture. It only takes a couple of strokes here. As a matter of fact, the only thing I needed to do was move the mouth and we're done. Beautiful. Who would you have Warfield tag team with for a mixed match? Funny you should mention that, because I'm actually going to make that a thing that I do over the course of my run here in 2K23, however long that's going to be. I'll give you a clue. And this is also going to be the person who I'm going to have canonically her in a romantic relationship behind the scenes. So I'll give you a clue. he wears the exact same color scheme as Sarah Warfield. I'll let you figure that out. And it's something that I had thought of doing for a long time because they wear the same color scheme. It's so unimaginative, but cool nonetheless. Because, you know, historically I never considered Warfield to be a character that would be a romantic type. She's the, you know, the boss babe chick, all about her work, her career. OTP. That's one of those fam characters. I didn't make him. I'll give you another clue. At one point, he was called the God King. That just gave it away if you watch any of my shows for any amount of time. Bring that down to 34 should do. Oh, okay. One true pairing. Cool. I don't know why I had fam on the brain. Because they had a character named One True Player. And that was the abbreviation. He was actually one of my favorite characters in FAM. How do I like the creation suite? I like the fact that they've tabbed a lot of the parts, so it makes sorting through stuff faster. I also like the fact that you can actually favorite the parts as well, so you don't have to go back into the menu and find something that you had seen before and have to search for it again. So if you see it, you can just favorite it and it'll all be in its own separate tab. Yeah. Very original that was. One true player. Kind of like, you know, the baller version of $1 Million Man, Rich Kid character. But anyway, what else about the creation suite do I like? The streamlining for menu selection and so on. Aside from that, it's really a lot just like 2K19. The gripe that I have, that most people have, is the fact that you can't do any morphing to the individual body parts. Like, it's still relegated to different templates of body types, and you're just adjusting the height and the weight of them. But I think that might have been the reason why they were able to make it so that now you have 100 caws slots to work with. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. That's just me giving it the benefit of a doubt. And then the other gripe is movesets. Because, oh gosh, this new system makes making movesets so damn tedious. Like, it's longer than it was in 2K. It's longer than it was in the used versions of the games. And this combo system, it's too much. It's them trying to put their stamp on this, but it was not really necessary. It's like nobody asked for it. I got a crook in my neck like crazy. What else do I gotta do to her face? Whoops. I gotta give her a jawline. Yeah, it's a little tricky because it uses both the sticks and the pad, and you can kind of get yourself disoriented going through that shit. Yeah, it's still there. It doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon, unfortunately. So it's just going to be one of those adjustments that people are going to have to deal with unless they somehow revert it at some point in time. I think, honestly, they will probably revert it after Fight Forever releases and people say that the gameplay on that is better because it's closer to the Yuke's WWE games, because it is, in essence, a Yuke's game. Then that's going to force them to be like, okay, we got to change things up here. Otherwise, people are going to get that game instead of getting ours. Yeah. It's like, what do you mean? Did you create for 2K23? I'm in the process of doing that right now. So far, I have. This is not 4. This is 5. This is 5. Yeah, there we go. I got 5 caws already uploaded to Community Creations. New character Corey Bloodworth, Cyrus the Entertainer, Ethan Ulrich, aka the World Heavyweight Champion of the XWA, Jesse Risen, aka the #1 contender for said championship, that will be fighting him on my next show, Insurrection. Oh, okay, 2K22. And Riot, just to round out. I made Riot like Friday it was, and yeah, everybody loves that. So 5 so far in 2K23. I skipped out on 2K22. I didn't get 2K22 or 2K20. So I've been on about a 3 or so year hiatus from creating anything. Like everything that you see on my channel right now as far as the XWA was all 2K19. And that was all through 2020, 2021, and 2022. I just stuck with that because 2K20 was a dumpster fire and 2K22 was just too bare bones for me. It's like they removed too much stuff for me to even bother. Yes. 2K22 Riot is really more of the same. Like, I only really changed up the look on his primary attire because I got this good-looking vest texture, like an actual Riot vest that I used. You'll see him when you go into Community Creation, so I can flash him on screen here after I'm done with Sarah. Okay, her face is done. Now for the body. Here's the part I'm looking forward to see how these female body builds look like, because, you know, she's got to be muscular, and we got to see how muscular she's going to be. Wait. Average size for my females is about 170 to 175. So the heavier girls are going to be, let's say, 189. Yeah, we'll go with that. She's got to be tall too. So, okay, so yeah, for this part here, the pad is going to handle the height and the weight. So just remember, the pad is the height and the weight, and the sticks are the actual model. That was for you, Pen. And then I realized I forgot to upload the damn texture. The chest and back texture that I use to differentiate the body builds. I gotta upload that. Shoot. That's gonna involve me having to open up Chrome. And that's going to destroy my memory. Fire Pro. Yeah. I wanted to do Fire Pro as an alternate, but it's too deep. Like creating stuff is just it's too much to work with. You're welcome, Pen. You're more than welcome. Yeah. It's too much work, too time consuming, creating just one edit in Fire Pro. So imagine me having to create or recreate a roster as big as I make on that. It's like that's the only reason why I never did it. Oops, 189. Let's make her 5'11". Stick with that. All right. We need size and definition. This looks like it might be the best choice. Or this one. Let's see what the heavies look like. No, too heavy. Stick with large. This is a tough choice right here. Yeah, Fire Pro is deep. Super deep. That is kind of what turns some people off from it. Okay. We're going to be working with these two, I guess. From the looks of it. This one looks like it's going to be for my... Well, this one looks like it's going to be for the normal size ladies. The default. No, that's too thick. Go back to medium. There's got to be an in-between that we can possibly use. Yeah. Yeah. The move lists on Fire Pro is like, oh my gosh. Okay. So this looks like it would be my default female size here. Medium. And then for larger, we'll say mid-size females like Aurora Cellini, America Weston, more muscular females, I would go with this one. And then for the max size females like Warfield and Jamie Fury, maybe Tamara, we go with this one. That's what I got to work with. So, yeah. Yep, we'll do that. I wouldn't say masculine, we'll just say muscular. It's a preference, basically. I like fit chicks. Not hyper muscular fit chicks, like, you know, female bodybuilders and stuff like that. As long as they can keep some semblance of curves, then that's my thing. Yeah. I give you some examples if you're on Instagram, just as examples, Lacey K. Summers, Kima Russo, who else is out there? There's too many of them. I follow too damn many of them. That it might be a bit of a problem, actually. Come to think of it. What are you going to do, right? But yeah, you just take a look at those two. And that's pretty much on the average side. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Like I said, that's a thing for me. We won't say, yeah, Jay Cargill, another perfect example. I won't go as far as to say it's a fetish, but it is a desirable trait of mine. Yes, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, I mean that's fine. That works. I am excited for Fight Forever, and the part that is the most exciting for me for Fight Forever is the fact that they said that it's just going to be one title, meaning they're going to update the title with new content, new DLC, new add-ons, and so on. So you won't have to buy a new game every year, which means that anybody that you make as far as caws, you can just update infinitely. Like, you won't have to buy Fight Forever 2024 and have to remake all your creations again, which is the one biggest annoyance I have with WWE. And it's probably the reason why, and you're hearing this first, this is probably going to be my last WWE game. It is what it is. Like, it's too time consuming. Like, if I could do this in Fight Forever just one time and never have to do it again and still get all the updates and all the latest content that they put on that game, that's perfect for creators, basically. Like, WWE is going to pay for their greed when Fight Forever comes out, because I'll go on and say it again. The reason why we are in this situation right now where it's 2K making the game and not Ukes is because WWE did not want Ukes to take an extra year to implement the engine that is going to be used for Fight Forever into the WWE games, because they want a yearly freaking title like FIFA and Madden, because they want money. And they're going to pay for it. That's my opinion. Because if their creation suite in Fight Forever is anything close to this, which I think it will be, but better, because this is still Ukes' engine. They're the ones who built this whole thing. If it's anything close to that, then I'm gone. Like, bye WWE. The XWA is all elites. Yes, they're very greedy. But what do you expect? Pretty much. They think they're EA. They think they're in that same level as the NBA and the NFL. Which, I mean, let's face it, they're not. Okay, you're getting coverage on ESPN, but that's just because y'all make money. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start on the attire. I'll just have to wait to do the body textures. I'll take care of that offline, because it's going to kill my opening Chrome. Is going to kill my memory. I'm missing the chest and the back textures. I forgot to upload those. No, not yet. I've just been exclusively in creation mode. Let's get rid of the lips and the eyebrows. Don't need any of that. I'll think about the makeup. See, now this kind of stuff is cool. Where, they just have everything tabbed. And that is exactly the hair that I was looking for. Or is it? No, that's her hair right there. The straight one. And that amber brownish color. Let's drop it down a little bit. No, not that much. No, PlayStation 4. We give her hair that Pantene shine. Pantene Pro Vitamin Formula. All right. Well, that was fast for the face. No work whatsoever needs to be done on the face because it's just perfect. The body is another story altogether. Yeah, we can't do anything with the abs. That's the reason why I have the textures. To give them more of a different look. Like I said, I'll have to throw that on after I'm done streaming. So we'll go to the attire now. Clothing. Let's see what brassieres we're working with here. Shoulder, halter. Do we want a halter or do we want a shoulder? Let's go with shoulder. I do have a template that I use in Photoshop. I've been using it since 2K18, I want to say. No, 2K17. Yeah. That was when they changed the face morphing to what it is now. Because 2K16 was the first year that they actually had image importing, including face textures. But the alignment in that was different from 2K17 onward. So the template that I've been using has worked since 2K17. And it still works here, as long as you're using the default face template. And I think I have it still linked somewhere from a Google Drive. If anything, I'll add it like in a comment section after I'm done streaming this, just in case you need it. But as far as the textures go, all of my caws have pre-made face textures that I have scavenged for many, many, many years. And they're all basically ready to go. Like, I just upload them and they're good. I don't have to do anything at all for face textures, tattoo designs, logos. Like, I got a folder that's got to be at least a couple of gigabytes just of graphics for caws that I just re-download every year. And the pain in the ass is having to re-download them every year and redo this thing every year. But I've already gone into that. Let me see what else we got going here for brassieres, because I actually do have something really, really cool to show you guys. And before I even go on into that, I just have to say that it is awesome to actually have cleavage on females now. Like, thank you, 2K, for, the understanding that, yes, women do have these body parts. Like, you can only suppress the horny, antisocial, sexless incels but so long before you just have to say, all right, we got to make these creations look actually human, so we'll have to make the females have actual breasts, as opposed to making them have to put textures onto the chest area to make it look like they're actual breasts and not just some mound of flesh on their chests. Like, thank you, 2K, for growing the fuck up. Exactly. Don't knock the knockers. Because that straight up cheesed me off for many, many years. And the only reason they did that is because of, pervy, sexless incels who like to make naked looking caws. Like, you can't penalize us all just because a handful of guys, can't touch real tits, so they have to make virtual ones. Exactly. Yes. 3 to 4 games. Couple of years. Don't deflate, appreciate. Exactly. Y'all are speaking my language. Okay. Now, this is the cool part here. And I say cool because this is the first time I'm doing it. I don't know how it's going to work. I hope it does work. Because if it does work, this is going to be freaking awesome. And it ain't going to work on this top, apparently, because the rivets, it does not cover the rivets. I have to go with something smooth. Damn it. Give me something with just a smooth surface. I'll be fine with that. It's got to be smooth. As smooth as the other side of the pillow. I guess we can go with the rounded top. Okay. We're learning things on the fly here, folks. Remember, like I said, I haven't made new caws or even made an effort at recreating caws in over 3 years. So, we're learning the nuances of what we can work with this game. Alright, now, like I said, this is going to be potentially very, very cool because this top here that you see, barely because it's so damn white, it would look a whole lot better if I could emboss them, but I've already gone through that conversation. But this top you see here, 100% generated by AI. The Midjourney AI that I've been talking to you about, yeah, that did that. That right there is a freaking game changer. And I'm hyped that it worked. This is actually better than I thought it was going to be. And that makes me very, very happy. The only thing that would make this better is if I could emboss it so that you can actually see the textures coming out. But, yeah, this works. This works very well. Yeah, that's pretty much my whole situation, Ben. Just acclimating myself to the newness after dealing in 2K19 for so damn long. Let me see if I can do something with the trim. It's only going to affect the top side, so that might actually work. Let's give it a rose gold shade. Color matches up perfectly. No, it doesn't work. Apparently, it's a glitch that has carried over from 2K22, where when you adjust the emboss, it still stays flat on the surface. I think they... Excuse me. I've been dealing with a runny nose for the past couple of days. They had fixed it, I believe, with a patch at some point in 2K22, and I guess just didn't implement that patch into the development process of 2K23, so it's back again. Typical 2K laziness. Because they did that same shit with the NBA games. Like, release now, patch later. Yeah, they'll hopefully patch it sooner than later. Like the next big patch that they come up with, hopefully. But yeah, that right there, that just made me very, very happy. The fact that we could pull that off. Because that means I'm basically making new fashion for probably a good 75% of my female caws right now. Yeah. Yes. AI is... I kind of have a love-hate relationship with AI-generated art right now. Because I'm an actual artist as an illustrator. So, seeing everybody and their mama making AI art and suddenly calling themselves artists is a pet peeve. I don't have a problem with AI art. I've said this before. I have a problem with people who use AI art and call themselves artists. Because you're not doing anything but typing in words into a computer, and the AI is actually doing the actual creative stuff. So if anything, you're an art director, but you're not an artist. It's the same as commissioning an artist to make something for you. You're not making it yourself. So you shouldn't call yourself an artist because you're not actually arting. You're not doing the art. That's the first thing. And then the second problem I have is just how unethically it is being used, where you will actually have people who are, selling AI art to suckers, basically. But, as the saying goes, there's a sucker born every minute. I can't knock the hustle. It is what it is. But those are just a couple of issues that I have on that end. As far as AI being used as a tool for creatives, as in people who actually are creative, you get stuff like this. Like, this has been around, AI art, for like a couple of years. I'm the first one who's actually using it in the car community. So, like, I don't know if people didn't know about it or if people didn't try it, but this legitimately changes the game. And I can see, I said this in a past stream before, I can see in a couple of months, you'll be seeing a whole bunch of other people using it. If they can afford it, because it does set you back $30 a month to use Midjourney. Then you got Stable Diffusion, which is the other one. I think that's free, but you have to have like a high-end computer to run it because it takes up a lot of memory while it's doing its generations. So it's a double-edged sword. Not everybody can, but if everybody could, then there'd be some mind-blowing stuff going on. Yeah, it'll be up. Like YouTube automatically saves and uploads the streams. The last 3 streams that I did, or was it 4? I lost count, but they're all up on the channel. So yeah, can sort through them. Have yourself a wonderful evening, Mr. TN Living. I'm just going to basically be sticking around here until I get the appearance done and then log off because I kind of started late. But it is very enjoyable shooting the breeze with you guys. Thank you, sir. Same to you. Have a good rest. Where is that Oscar neckband? Or do I want to use this one? Decisions. Let's go to WWE. It ain't here. What's up with that? Oh, there it is. Nah. There's the one I'm looking for. White and gold, white and gold. See if I could throw a logo on here. Is it gonna show? I can barely see it. I'll just throw it on there anyway. I did put an outline on the text, hoping that it could be more visible, but can only do so much without the emboss. All right. Armbands. Excuse me. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret that y'all might have caught on to or not, depending on how long you've downloaded my creations. That being that there has always been a similarity in the attire designs that I have well, not design, but the attire style that I've made for Sarah Warfield and Angelus, formerly known as Orion. If you put them side to side, you could actually see those similarities, like the armbands, the wristbands, the color scheme. That was not coincidental. Yeah, the butterfly stuff is cool. I might incorporate that in some way into La Reina's attire, even though, I kind of changed things up on her. But I can always change it back. And that's the beauty of originals. You don't have to stick with a set template. Like, I definitely want to have something that's kind of mariachi based, like Thunder Rosa would wear every so often, but also something that's got like a butterfly theme to it, because she was always originally based on La Mariposa from the Dead or Alive games. And yeah. Well, that's mostly the light beaming off of my head, because I have to have a light in order for you to see my face, because otherwise you won't see my face. And this looks kind of creepy. But it is kind of warm in here. I got the, heater on, because it get cold. And this weather up here in New York does not know what the fuck it wants to do. Like, are we spring? Are we in spring now? Or do you still want to be winter? Like, what is going on? And I think I messed up my lighting. I'm suddenly darker now. Let's push it out, push it out. There we go. I'm black and deadly. You guys can see. All right, armbands. Again, I'm looking at most of this stuff for the first time, so looking at all the new hotness. Yes. Yeah, the whole Northeast is all messed up. Like, weather is just having an identity crisis. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, same thing here, Pen. Like, we've had weeks where it's hit like 50 degrees, 60 degrees in the middle of February. And then the next week we're down to like 28, 30. It winds whipping away, like blowing people off of their feet. it's a little nutty. Yeah, Mother Nature's on some. Mother Nature's she's got menopause or something. Mother Nature has hit the wall. She old now. That was bad, wasn't it? Greetings, Kevin. And greetings, Oz, my brother. But yet you will have some individuals in our government that say climate change is a myth. Okay, guys. I know y'all live in another world, but that's only mentally. In the physical plane, we're all on the same planet, and the climate has literally changed. Just saying. Alright, I need some mid-sized armbands. Enough with the browsing, let's get to business. What is with this cyberpunk shit? Sup, Choom? I would like to see somebody make a Rebecca call. It can totally be done. If I'm the one who does it, then so be it. Yeah, I kind of waxed poetic about the movesets. That's probably the most annoying part of the creation process. And this whole combo system shit makes it even worse. But you just gotta suffer through it. Yeah, there has been no winter. There hasn't been a winter. We haven't had a proper winter here in New York in at least the last 2 years. Like normally we'll get at least one nor'easter or something like that. I forgot what they called the other one. I forgot the name of it. But we'd at least get one of those. We haven't gotten anything. Like we've gotten snow, but it's been like a light dusting. Like it's gone in a couple of hours after it snows. Choomba! His old Choomba shot at him. That's fucked up, bro. How you gonna shoot your own Choomba? You don't shoot your Choomba. Chooms before... I gotta figure that one out. We got bros before hoes. We gotta figure one for Choombas. Me reach out to Mike Pondsmith and see what his equivalent to that would be. Oops. Forgot to change the materials. Hey, come on. Stop being difficult. I said it once, I'll say it again. Rage Against the Machine, greatest band of all time. Don't at me. I will hear no debates on it. The history of the term choom. It is a phrase, it is a term of endearment that is used in the Pondsmith cyberpunk universe that includes a game that you might have heard of called Cyberpunk 2077. It's actually based off of some African vernacular, but Edge Runners that came out and completely blew up the whole Cyberpunk 2077 thing. So now everybody uses the terminology, particularly because of one specific character in Edge Runners, which if you have not watched it, you need to watch it on Netflix. So there's one character named Rebecca who is like one of the favorite characters in the entire series. I say series, there's only one season. But she will use the term choom and say, sup choom, and that just basically caught on. It just blew up from there. Like people who haven't even played the game or watched the show would call each other chooms, which is cool because, you know, me being a person who played the game, even back when it was not in the best states and everybody was hating on it, now you got people using terms from the game. It's like karmic retribution. Like, I feel right now how the people who played No Man's Sky from day one feel, with everybody saying, oh, the game is so cool now. And they're like, yep, always was. Welcome. Why y'all late? My brother can attest to that part. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, sort of. It's sort of like Blade Runner. Like, it's kind of the same idea. Like, an edge runner in this cyberpunk universe is just a term that they use for a mercenary who is riding along the edge, basically. Like, they're on the edge of life and death. Like, they're doing stuff that is so crazy that death is almost guaranteed. Like, they're basically going on suicide missions or something like that. But they somehow survive. And that's pretty much how you earn your reputation as a mercenary in Cyberpunk. The longer you stay alive, they'll call you an edge runner. It's kind of like a ranking system. It's like you're a merc, and everybody wants to become an edge runner. And if you stay an edge runner long enough, then you become a legend. So, Night City Legend. And in the Cyberpunk canon, there are actually only 2 Night City Legends. Well, no, there's more than 2. There's Johnny Silverhand, who is Keanu Reeves' character in the game. There's V, who is your character in the game. And then there's another merc named Morgan Blackhand, who is from the tabletop RPG Cyberpunk, which predates everything. Like, this whole thing is based on that. And so you have this one merc named Morgan Blackhand, who is also a legend. So, yeah, basically. Well, yeah, you become a solo first. Well, no. Solos are just mercs that work solo. Like, specifically, they don't team up with anybody. So you can not be a solo and then become an edge runner and then become a legend. Or you can be a solo, then become an edge runner, and then become a legend. Like, the only reason why V in the game is a solo is because Rogue wouldn't let them work with anybody else. Because, you know, V kind of fucked up their first job royally. So, yeah. Yes, it's based off of a tabletop game. The latest version is called Cyberpunk Red. Then you've had Cyberpunk 2023. And then Cyberpunk, I forgot was the other year. But basically there's been 3 versions of it. 4 technically, but 1 they don't talk about because it sucked. So we just say 3. And then they came out with 2077, which was the video game. And then they came out with Edge Runners, which was the anime. But it's all the same universe. Just dropped my controller. It's all the same universe, though. Oi. Highly recommend. Don't spoil the game, damn it. Here I am saying highly recommend the game for anybody who hasn't played, and you just give away one part of the story. I think it's like 50% off on, I think GOG Games or Steam, one of them. But it's discounted. You can get it discounted. Yeah, the patches have definitely made the game 10 times better. even though I feel some type of way because I don't know if y'all got the story the first time I told it, but I had to free up drive space on my PC in order to download the update and accidentally deleted an entire folder of music. Yes, I did create Riot. He's on Community Creations right now as we speak. Yeah, the console version doesn't do it justice. The mods on the PC version are crazy. And if you want to get the new DLC that they're going to release later this year, Phantom Liberty, it's only going to be on the PC version and the current gen versions, which is Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. So, PlayStation version, yeah, PlayStation and Xbox One versions are being left behind. No new stuff for that. You will legitimately love the game. You will legitimately spend many, many hours on the game because the story is incredible. The city is incredible. The characters, it's just, yeah. I recommend it to anybody. What about external HDD? I can't use that because I got all my graphics and stuff like that on the HDD. And my PC sucks. There's that part that we keep forgetting. Like the latency transferring the data from the USB to the game interface is like terrible. I think I mentioned this before, but I just gotta buck up and get a new PC. It's time for an upgrade. I am underpowered to the point where I can't even run Photoshop and stream at the same time. That is unacceptable. I'll probably have to get that before I get a PlayStation 5 because, yeah, priorities. Unless I get rich and then I can buy everything. We go from 7 desks to black ceiling. I'm all over the place with my music. Alright, I want to give her some. The transfer cable would take even longer. How do I like the game? The gameplay itself is great. People kind of overreact about the combo system as far as it actually being a gameplay element. It's just a pain in the ass to make these combos in the creation suite because there's a lot of choices and selection and confusion. But the gameplay is awesome. The Create Suite, aside from a couple of glitches, is as good as it's ever been. And yeah, it's just, I don't have much complaints about it. But the complaints I do have are ones that I have always had. That being the fact that, you know, you gotta recreate caws every year because you have to buy a new version of the game every year. And yeah, it's like big picture stuff that I have opinion of, being somebody who has played these games pretty much since they actually existed. Like, I'm an old dude by most gamer standards. So I've seen all and played all WWF WWE games. Like from the first one on the Nintendo to this one. So yeah, I kind of have an opinion. But the game is good. They just need to patch a couple of things because it's kind of glitchy in some areas. But it's always been glitchy. Yeah. Pen, I'm going to be honest with you. I just ignore that. Like, if there's repeat moves, then there's just going to be repeat moves. When we say, Kevin, updated my PC to a Threadripper. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, man. A lot of history. Love this song. I think I said this to you, Oz, before, but this, I haven't looked at more of there. I can talk more of the content from this group or artist, Breakins, but Brakenc. But they sound just like Sleep Token. Yeah, the combos are preset. That does kind of suck. But if you could actually customize them one by one, that would make it take even longer. You think you're pulling your hair out now. Imagine having to sift through each strike. Ooh, no. Uh-uh. Was that? Oh. Yeah, games like this are definitely not friendly for OCD. Uh, like, just so much damn detail. Hey, you can't be a monk as a bartender, sir. You gotta be super social. Do you want the Ronda gloves? I want to have something on her hands, but I don't want gloves. You know what? No gloves. You can see she's got kind of a regal thing going on here. See, up to this point, I've just been like one-to-one transferring over the looks that I had for the guys that I've made so far from their last 2K19 looks to here. But in her case, I'm creating completely new attire based on the new stuff that I generated. Oh, you mean the Detective Monk? Okay, yeah, that was a great show too. uh, Bloody Mary and Giovanna from Guilty Gear is another base. That's a good idea. But yeah, she is coming back. Like 85% of the characters that I made for the Trial of Kings tournament are going to be present for the Underground Kings series. I got to streamline it though because again, it's a lot of characters, which is going to take a lot of time for me to make. But by that point, I'll have enough move sets so I can just transfer over and tweak a couple of things for certain characters. But I want that to be more of a how you say, streamline thing. So I'm not going to overdo it with characters. I'm going to make the characters that I had the most fun making and implementing into the story. So Bloody Mary's definitely one of them. I've got it all planned out. What the actual story is going to be is just the execution. And that's going to take some time. So we'll have to be patient with that. But certain characters I'm going to make ahead of time. Other ones I'm going to make when I'm ready to start making the Trial of Kings stuff. Which won't be too long. But, like, for example, I made Riot, obviously. He's the main character of that whole story. So then I'm also going to do the Three Queens ahead of time. I'm going to do Breaker ahead of time. Probably Stryker, Sydney Stryker, since, you know, he is actually a wrestler too, so that makes sense. Obviously, Rasputin, Willie Travers, Alexei Baranov, and a few others. Which is actually cool considering now I know I can do a whole lot more. Thanks to this new secret weapon called AI generated art. Did you look at this, Oz? All that is AI. Except for the text on the armbands. I did that in Photoshop. Had to like match some colors basically, but yeah. Game changer. I told y'all I wasn't playing with this comeback. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's not just a logo, my friend. Hang on. Mega is telling me my account is full. Yeah. You see the top there? That's not a logo. That's a top. Sounds good. I mean, I didn't play last year, so I wouldn't know about it, but at least they did make some improvements from the glitches that they had, apparently. Welcome, Mr. Baller. I'm kind of debating, do I want to go with the low waist or normal waist tights? Or maybe something in the middle. Yeah. just seeing that, Mr. Penn. It's good to break out of the shell, especially with a job like a bartender. Absolutely. Gotta be a people person. Keep those drinks flowing and keep those tips coming in. Buddy. There's a name I haven't seen in a long ass time. 187. What is up? How you doing? We are still in the game, as you can see. Yeah, I just hate the fact that they can never get them solid white. Like, you gotta put a primitive over it. Good on you, sir. I've actually thought of, contemplated doing that as a profession at some point. But I'm not a night person. Nighttime, I want to sleep. We're doing good, actually. Never got out of the game, technically. Only really because the last couple of games sucked. But I was just making content on 2K19 then. But, yeah, I never actually got out of the core game. That's been one of my main creative outlets. Even all the way dating back to the old days. The old EFED days. La Huera Loca. Nice. Okay. I just remembered. I realized you're a bartender. So you got to add the Jackie Wells into your repertoire. You can do a Google search and look up what it is that you need to make a Jackie Wells. Jackie Wells is one of the characters from Cyberpunk 2077 that my brother so unceremoniously spoiled what happens to him. But play the game anyway. Like, it's still cool. It's like prologue stuff. But there's one part where he talks to the bartender of the Afterlife, which is the mercenary club that everybody goes to, and he explains the ingredients to what his drink is for when he becomes a legend in Night City. I forgot what the mixture is, but the most important part of a Jackie Wells is that you have to add a splash of love. Don't forget the splash of love. We love Jackie. Jackie is awesome. Cosmo Canyon. That sounds fruity and dangerous at the same time. Those are the worst kind of drinks. The ones that creep up on you. Yeah, you just really got to jump onto that Cyberpunk 2077 vibe. Like, you will dig it. And this is like accidentally flawless. Like, holy shit. Wow. I just impressed myself right here. Yeah, these are those moments where you're just, putting stuff together in the core mode, and it's like, oh snap. Yeah, as a winner. Actually, I want to go the regular W. Let's do the text. Yes, there we go. Vodka, ginger beer, lime juice, and a splash of love. Do it, baby. Now, aside from the fact that the emboss is glitched so you can't really differentiate the textures, this, in my opinion, is the best look that she's had for as many, many years as I've made this call. Because, and squarely because, everything is custom here. Like, no doctored up stuff in Photoshop, no variations of other logos. Everything is 100% original made. And that's fucking awesome. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Pin. Like, a Jackie Wells is basically a Moscow Mule on steroids. And then they also have a drink recipe for Johnny Silverhand, too. There's a lot of alcohol consumption in Cyberpunk 2077. It's not for the kiddies. Oh, I had to go off camera for that one because, yeah, that was a big loogie right there. Woo! That one had to come out. And right, knee pads. Punch bowl, yes. Can I just say it's generous of them to have actually included Mandy Rose's gear, even though they neglected to include Mandy Rose for obvious reasons. The Megaton Mule. Yes. Let's add an R to that and call it the Megatron Mule. There you go. It's just you and me now, Megatron. No, it's just me, Prime. Yeah. You gotta put that in air quotes, though, 187. Like, budget cuts. We are talking about a multi-million-dollar multimedia company that has turned in profits despite the fact that their actual entertainment product has not been the best over the course of the last, I don't know, 10 or so years. But they still have to make cuts because they're over budget. Right. Like, okay, Vince, we believe you. You aren't making enough money right now that you have to fire people. Sure. We completely understand. Oh, gosh. What a piece of work that guy is. I'm trying to find some decent knee pads that are, you know what, let's go with the boots first and then we'll figure out the knee pads afterwards. Oops, wrong ones. No knee kick pads. Boots, boots, boots. Megatron in a roast battle with Skeletor would be must-see TV. Absolutely. And might I say, Becky Lynch has always had the best fashion. Like, her ring gear is just awesome. These boots are perfect. For someone else, not Sarah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, pretty much, Pen. Yeah, you know. Don't forget, well, Hush Money is mob money, so yeah. That's our brand. That's our brand. Kinky boots, indeed. Yeah, the footwear's kind of dope. I like the new stuff, but I need something more classic for her, like or more regal. Yeah, Ember has been she's been quite drippy too. Like we've evolved to the point in women's wrestling where we talk about, you know, their fashion. They've come a long way, haven't they? Good job, ladies. That is a little too regal. Fantasy stuff. Yeah, now she's Athena in AEW. And hot take, she should have beat Jade Cargill. I don't know what they're waiting on, taking that TBS title off of Jade Cargill. Like, it's getting old. Maybe they're just taking their time, excuse me, with her because they don't want to put her into the women's championship picture just yet. While you got all this stuff going on with Britt and Jamie and Saraya and Tony Storm, and now freaking Ruby Soho, and yeah. On that note, if y'all didn't already see on social media, I think it's July, some point in July, they scheduled Forbidden Door 2. It is 2, right? This is the second one? Yes. So it's going to be in Toronto, and everybody right now is talking about 3 possible matches that could happen at that show. Nothing is scheduled, but if these 3 matches happen in that show, it basically makes it one of, if not the best wrestling events of the year. Number 1. Hold up. Let's see here. What do you think set the bar for women's wrestling attire in recent eras? I will get to that question. But as far as the wish list, the big 3 for Forbidden Door. Number 1. Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. Hell fucking yes. Number 2. Saraya versus Mercedes Money. Yes. Needs to happen for the GWGP Women's Championship at Forbidden Door. Yes, we know Mercedes is going to win because New Japan is not going to let any of his titles change hands. Like that happened last year. We knew that Jay White was going to win, but she watched it anyway because it was a dream match. The first multi-man match for the GWGP. The first multi-man match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship in the history of the title. That's a big deal. So yeah, that's number 2. Number 3, without question, now that he's back from injury, Okada versus Omega 4. Those matches need to happen at this Forbidden Door. Period. Now with that said, to the question of who do you think set the bar for wrestling attire? I say current day Becky is like really pushing that kind of high fashion look that almost it is kind of like a glamorous version of Luna Vachon, sort of. There's that. Who else? I mean, any Joshi wrestler, really. Like, their ring attires have always been, like, super decorative and ornate. Yeah, 2 out of 3 will definitely happen. The only one I'm not sure of is Zack versus Bryan because Bryan went home. That just basically means he's taking a break. Would he come back for Forbidden Door? Who knows? But the other 2, high probability that will happen. But getting back to the fashion one, current day Becky Lynch. Who else? Yeah. Sasha, definitely. Because she was the one who was bringing all of the themed gear with different events, like, you know, tributes to Wonder Woman, Eddie Guerrero, like, too many of them. Like, I think she started to do that before Johnny Gargano started to do that. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Becky, like, is crazy. Becky's been, like, through so many different looks. It's nutty. Mox versus Shibata, that would be a strike fest. Not for the faint of heart. Like there's a lot of potential for Forbidden Door. Yes. Yeah, the Sailor Moon attire is another top notch. Chef kiss. Hmm. I'm trying to find those Charlotte boots. That'll probably work. Excuse the sneezing. Not sneezing, sniffing. Let's go with these. How can we color them? Are these still going to be a pain in the ass? Like the only problem I have with these is you can't color the trim. Like that's got to stay white. Let me see what else. Yeah, the one part you want to color is the one part you can't color. Otherwise, these boots will be perfect. Laying the smackdown by moonlight. Yeah. In the name of the moon, I will punish you. Oh yeah, how can I not How could I forget Bianca Belair? Of course. But yeah, Becky's steampunk look was like the in between of when she got called up and when she transformed into the man. I actually like the steampunk look though. Like I had incorporated no, those are too flashy. I incorporated that look into Sonia Robbins's attire, which is kind of cliche because she's also a redhead. I'm very unimaginative when it comes to some designs I make. I will not lie. Alright, I think we've narrowed down a style. Now we just have to work out the color. Do I want it to be gold? Or do I want it to be white? We'll make it white. So I can put the designs on them. Gold. Bottoms. Yes, it was. I agree. 100%. I'm sorry to anybody who is a fan, but the Divas Championship is a blight on the entire wrestling industry that needs to be forgotten for all times. That was the Dark Ages, at least in America. Well, that's actually pretty inexpensive. 10 cents. I appreciate the offer. I'll take it into consideration because I kind of do my own graphics. I just don't kind of see them as necessary for live streams. It's the only reason why I don't do them for any of these streams. Shiny metal tramp stamp. Word. Let's keep it cloth. That sounds like some 2K20 style DLC right there. The Rock and Steampunk. Like that Wasteland pack that they did. I say this much, I like the moves that they had in that pack. Like, even though I didn't get 2K20, I saw like videos that showed the moves that came with it. Excuse me. And they were cool. They reminded me of Def Jam, Fight for New York. But aside from that, 2K20 is another one that people want to forget. Basically, I mean, aside from a handful of competitors, well, there were good competitors back in that day. It's just they were criminally underused. And when they were being used, they were just being used as, food, basically, for first Kelly, then the Bella Twins, and then Michelle McCool, in that order. Yes. Yeah, Kevin. 2K23's their DLC packs were themes of some kind. Which were very poorly executed. Aside from that one, that was cool. What's up, Cal? Because it had like an outdoor kind of Mad Max-ish ring arena. And you have variations of certain characters that kind of had like some of them had steampunk looks, some of them had like Mad Max apocalyptic looks to them. Yeah, that one wasn't in the cards, unfortunately. I would count Beth versus Victoria as a dream match. That counts as a dream match, yeah. Now back to that DLC, though. The one that I think disappointed people the most was the Southpaw Regional Wrestling pack that they attempted to release. That realistically had nothing to do with Southpaw Regional Wrestling at all. It was just, here's an 80s themed DLC. That's it. Didn't even have any of the characters from Southpaw Regional Wrestling in it. Months before Beth got called up. Yep. Would have been good. One of those that goes into the books of what could have been. This knee pad conundrum is a little more complex than I thought it was going to be. Terrible, just terrible. Oh. Okay. Well, they probably have that match somewhere on YouTube. Not like I would actually want to watch it. I don't particularly like matches where there's injury that takes place. Super long. Yes, clean. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Like, I think they really just need to stop trying to politic getting The Rock back into the ring. It ain't gonna happen. Like, let it go, y'all. He don't need you. You are a wrestling historian, Penn. Yes. You are like Tony Khan, but with probably better booking sense. Am I hating? A little bit. um, I will say with no hesitation whatsoever that WWE ain't ready for Jacob Fatu. Oh no. That would be a disservice having him on the WWE. They'd have to water him down. He'll make all of them look bad. Jimmy, Jay, Solo, Roman, like he's the top of he's the top of the breed. In terms of the actual wrestling skill and the viciousness, he's the head of the table. Just throwing some shade at Tony. Yeah, we love we love AEW though. It's just, Tony Khan was a novice, and it kind of shows. No hate though. It is what it is. Word. I think I'm going to put some gold trim on the back of these pads. Let's edit. Yeah, just do a YouTube search on Jacob Fatu, and you will see for yourself. He is he's a sprinkling of the entire Samoan dynasty's style, basically. Rikishi, Umaga, who else? Little Rock swag to him. Like, man, yeah, you just gotta go check him out for yourself. And this right here is the greatest R&B song of the 80s. Don't at me on that. Like, you know it once you hear it. Most of y'all probably first heard it in GTA San Andreas. Yeah, he brings it. Yes, Jacob Fatu is the truth. Like I said, I hold no reservation in saying that he is the best one. He is the best of the current generation of the Anoa'i clan currently competing in professional wrestling. Roman Reigns don't hold a candle to him. As far as actual in-ring skill, this guy is he's quick, he's strong, he's brutal, he's just a beast. Yeah, even with Triple H in charge, they would water him down because he would make Roman Reigns look Bush League. Period. Pretty much, Kevin. Pretty much. Like the second I saw what they were doing with Solo, I was instantly said, okay, that's Jacob, basically. But not exactly like Jacob. Because they can't upstage Roman. She looks good. Only thing missing is the texture on the chest and the back. But like I said before, I'll add that when I get offline. because that involves me opening Chrome, and that is going to annihilate my RAM if I did it while streaming. But I think we got just one last detail to handle here. I do believe he actually has been in the game longer than Roman. Or has he? Well, he debuted in 2012. When did Roman Reigns debut? Like, he's only 30 years old, is Jacob Fatu. So, let that sink in. Okay, yeah. Ain't that something? Solo debuted in 2012. Roman Reigns debuted in 2014. I said Solo. Jacob Fatu debuted in 2012. Roman Reigns debuted in 2014. So he's got 2 years more experience than Roman Reigns does. And he's younger than Roman Reigns. Roman is 37. Jacob Fatu is 30. So, there you go. Jacob Fatu is the superior product. Sorry. Not sorry. All right. Now I gotta find that, like, Beth Phoenix style Wonder Woman headband for her. Might be in headwear. Would make sense if it was in headwear. Then comes part 2. Can we put it on with this hairstyle? Oh yeah, Victory's coming back. Yep. There's going to be a bit of a shakeup in the ranks of Katana. A slight spoiler there. What is up, Mr. Alpha? There's another name I haven't seen in a while. But yeah, tough, yeah. I might have given it away. But yeah, he will be back. The whole Katana camp will be back. But there will be some slight alterations. And that's all I will say. I won't give up that much information. All right. Base attire is complete for the 2023 edition of the Golden Goddess Sarah Warfield. Well, almost. Let me throw something on her backside. Let's throw something on the trunk. Show me what you're working with, girl. The Samoan Goblin. He's probably part of the Anoi clan as well. Do we have some information on him? See his Twitter. Let's see what he's about. Yeah, he's in the Indies, and he is posting or retweeting stuff from all of them, basically. Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns, and such like that. So yeah, I'm gonna guess he's probably the youngest of the current generation. Look good though. Exactly. Yeah. You get a lot of independent shirts from those wrestling boxes. Okay, now I think we're going to get that done. All right, then. Okay, I actually got a question for Alpha Zero here. Let me see if I could type it in. But basically, I'm wondering if you have any face texture, like for a current rendition of Keith Weil, or if you would like for me to do one, because I actually had a plan for the current season, if you will, of the XWA that I plan on doing, which is going to feature an old school faction that I'm calling the Old Blood, that is going to feature Keith Weil, Brian Yang, Kane, and Scott Odell from the old EFED days. And I got the blessing from 3 out of 4. I was just going to kind of wing it with yours. Like, I got the look and everything down. One of the videos that I actually have on my channel, like one of the last 2 videos, where I basically did like a kind of like a base example of the characters that I was going to recreate here in 2K23. you can see the rendition or version of Keith Wild that I made, and I think you'd like it. But, you know, it's just with the face. It would be a matter of whether you're cool with that or if you had an idea of your own that you would like for me to use, like a certain person that he should look like or something like that. Because I use some, you know, random black dude, like model type, you know. Obviously chocolate skin, he's not light skin or anything like that. But, you know, pretty boy style. Because he's from Miami, so, you know, he's got to be a playboy. Got to have that drip. Oh, yes. I think 95% of everybody in this chat room is an old school E-Fetter. Absolutely. Well, see, we would have to use a different one there because I actually use Michael Jai White's face for another character, Elijah Silver, from the Trial of Kings / Underground Kings series that I had did. Fine choice, though. Indeed. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was one of my brother's boys. They still keep in contact with each other. So I reached out through him, my brother, and he said it was cool. You know, even though technically it's using Michael O'Hearn as the base. So, but just out of respect for the character himself, you know, I wanted to get the blessing for it. And as far as Kane goes, I mean, we've been following, me and the creator of that character, Frank, have been following each other on Instagram since the XWA Fed. So we go back, way back, as far as that goes. So yeah. I was actually thinking of asking him to get like a full face photo so I could actually use his face as the Kane character, which would be super extra cool. Nice little throwback. Like, this is something that I'd been thinking about doing for a while, you know, the old against the new, so to speak. And I would like to get that story done, at least. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Let me see if I can actually pull up a screenshot, because I might have it here, or maybe I might have it in another profile. Yeah, I got it on another profile. Shoot. But before I go to that profile, I just wanted to show you the screenshot here because this is awesome. Yes. That is from the Division 2, which I haven't played in God knows how long. But yeah, I was using Division 2 footage for some of the old school Riot as a Mercenary footage. So yeah. That's the base character that I was using off for that. But yeah. 24 years of e-fanning. I think it's been about that long. Yeah. Well, let me actually save this first. Surprised it hasn't crashed on me, knock on wood. She's all business. Yeah, it's been a while, sir, Mr. Penn. I first started posting created wrestlers back in 2006. But I had actually been making created wrestlers all the way back in from WWF Warzone on the PlayStation 1. That was the first game that lets you create your own wrestlers. Alright, we'll do all the rest of the statistical stuff later. And then the second attire too. I just wanted to switch profiles real quick to show off the base schematic for Keith Weil. No uploads yet. But before I do that, because I did say I was going to show for the folks who didn't see him yet, she looks good. Like, she looks really good. Wow, that's just awesome right there. Let me just say that. The Savage One, Jack Savage. Very nice. Doing good, Suze. How are you? You're hanging in there. So yeah, I said I was going to show off the 2023 version of Riot for those who did not see his creation just yet. So here you go. Brand new stuff. Yeah. Tama is not quite ready yet. I'm going to change his face texture. I'm giving him a new face, basically. Yeah, I started late AC because I had to do some Photoshop stuff, getting the graphics ready. So I said I would log off as soon as I'm done doing the base attire for Sarah Warfield. But just sticking around extra show off little bit of stuff that other people missed. So yeah, that's attire number 1. Exactly. Like, it's a combination of his mercenary gear incorporated into his wrestling gear. You know, I found that vest texture on Pinterest and I'm like, that works. That looks good. And it actually fits perfectly onto the Roman Reigns part attire. So, yeah. And then there's the street gear, or the classic wrestling gear / street gear. Now, this is basically the wrestling version of Riot. He's going to look different in his Underground Kings form. This was just one I wanted to put out there for everybody who wanted to get him back on their game, because they haven't had them on their game for 2 consecutive games. So that's the reason why I started or made him. It wasn't originally planned. That's the same reason I'm doing Warfield also. But yeah. The Easter egg, the mask there is actually the original mask that I had for him, but I couldn't find it because it was a mask that I pulled from Community Creations, but then I wound up finding it online, so there you go. Then he's still got the Bane mask that I made. I might use that for Underground Kings, though. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna need some people's tags so I can check out their work once they're done. Because I know everybody's, taking a while making their creations because it's so damn tedious. I'm surprised I've managed to finish as many as I have in such short period of time. Because it's like I've been making the appearances through these streams and it's like 2 hours to make one. And I'm thinking that's a long time. No, the mask is just like some cool looking paintball style mask. Like, I don't know what the reason for the red stripe is. It just looks cool. Pretty much. I actually have a whole crap load of masks saved from Payday. Payday 2. And I'm picking stuff out from that. This isn't from Payday though, but the original, the first attire mask is a mask from Payday 2. Exactly. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. Like, I actually got the black mask, the black mask that the character Black Mask from the Arkham games has, that I'm going to use for black. Did you catch that? Yes. Yeah, it's definitely got that Ichigo vibe. And yeah, the first mask, the original one. That's one from Payday. I think it's a mod. PC mod, because that became a big thing for Payday 2. But yeah. Let me switch users. Yeah, I could do that, like an American flag base mask, just out of a theme. Okay, we found the right one. Yay. I got too many profiles. It's easy to lose track of them. All right. Nope, this isn't the one. Because I don't have any WWE stuff on here. Let's try that again. Was it this one? Look at all of the games I have that I don't play because I spend too much time on WWE and Destiny 2. Yep. All that wasted money. Well, it ain't wasted money. Most of them are free games from PlayStation Plus. Whoops, did I log out? Yes, I did log out. Smart move. Let's... thought I had it. I guess I must have had it on my hard drive. I thought I had it saved in the gallery. Dang nabbit. Yeah, it's easy to grab JRPGs. Like, those are such low memory on your hard disk, you could have like hundreds of them. Yeah, I'm pretty much in that same boat, Mr. Baller. Yeah, exactly. But as I was saying at the start of this, I almost forgot that they made a change where you actually have 100 call slots in this game in 2K23. So this will actually be the first year that I can actually get all of my male and female characters on the same save, as opposed to having them split between two profiles. That's cool. And let me see then if I can just find the screenshot on my hard drive and put it up on the stream just to show it off. Where you at? You're here. You gotta be here. You better be here. It is not here. You're killing me, Johnny. You're killing me. Why do you do these things? Yeah, that's a pretty decent theme to go by there. Like different eras. I contemplated doing an old school theme roster, but I got too many characters as it is, so I can't really spread things out that much. Well, alright. Evidently, I don't have this screenshot when I thought that I did. So, Mr. Alpha, you will have to go onto my channel. And the video basically is XWA roster. Like, it's one of the last ones that I put out. And it's got timestamps, so you can actually go right to the point where you see the ring entrance and such. And you can see how he looks. I'm sure you will approve. Let's open up the Twitter. Let's follow me on Twitter. It's trying to sound like Bully Ray. Yep, and you use the one night stand set. That's perfect. Beautiful. That'd be a violent good time for all right there. All those bloodthirsty heathens. Cool, Alpha. Cool. Do I have any new core ideas this year? Absolutely. Too many, in fact. Which is both my gift and my curse. Matter of fact, I'll show you one right now. How about that? I made him off stream, but this is one of the new class. Goes by the name of Corey Bloodworth, aka the Violent Gentleman. He's not necessarily new. I've had the character for a while. I just never actually, put him out to the public. but I had showed him off, I think, a couple of days ago. The highlight here, as I pointed out then, is the fact that all of the tattoo work that you see on him is AI generated. So, yeah. That's basically my theme right now for call creation, especially newer characters. I'm doing a lot of AI generation with the Midjourney AI for tattoos, logos, attire designs, like the stuff that I just made for Sarah Warfield. All of that is AI generated. Greetings, Bogus. Greetings. How are you? So yeah, to give you an idea of exactly the new stuff that I have planned. And that goes double for the females too, obviously. I know there's quite a few people who are looking forward to more of them. They're on the way. They're on the way. I just started with Sarah Warfield because I wanted to get that out of the way for somebody who I've let use that character for their own shows. Yeah, Buggers. I've actually been doing my own show for a while. If you just check the channel, you can see all of the stuff that I've done. Even though it's been a bit on the inconsistent side because I'm a one-man show. So I have to do all the game capturing, video editing, voice work, because some of it actually uses voice work, and not just match commentary, but actual voiceover. Of which I will actually be investigating having AI handle that for me as well. Stay tuned. We're going all out for that. Yeah, it's all good. Bogus. Yeah, you know. Bingo. And you see what I said a couple of streams ago? It ain't going to be long before other people start using it. There you go. Right there. Catch the wave. Or get somebody who can do it for you. I'm currently currently in the process of reworking my idea for like rates of actually generating AI logos for people, because I didn't realize how time consuming it is with the prompts, for example, and then doing also post work, because some people are going to want this stuff to be transparent already, like ready to go GIFs, if they don't have Photoshop or something like that. And for that, I'm going to probably have to charge more than I initially planned. It is what it is. But I'll have more details on that. Like, I'm going to do a whole video that'll explain that whole process for anybody who is interested in getting AI logos and so on and so forth. But you kind of see what it's all about right here. And that's 100% custom made stuff that you aren't going to see anybody pull from a Google search and use the same stuff that you're using. So, something to think about if y'all are interested. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. What else? I might as well show Tama too, because I made him off stream. Oh yeah, I would definitely appreciate that. Indeed. I kind of figured you liked it there, Alpha, you know. Just going back into the databanks of the character's history, you know, location and such like that. It's like, okay, how would he look if he were still active in 2023? Obviously, the whole big thing right now down in the Miami area is back to those, 80s style pastel-y neon colors, and the whole, retro wave cyberpunk thing kind of built on that too, and just add the street style to it with the graffiti, and boom, there you go. Plus the tiger print thing, because that was his thing, so just convert that into the neon colors, and then, like I said, with the face, go with a good looking dude who all the ladies looks like all the ladies would want a piece of. And also, I'll get to your question in a second, Bogus. Also, for the sake of the mixed match stuff, because they actually do have mixed gender matches in this, canonically he is still together with you-know-who. So they will be a team in that whole thing. So, 2 thumbs up. Double thumbs. You're going to like what you see. Yeah, that's kind of the reason why I decided I was going to change his face there, Suze. Yeah. The base face is actually, I forget his name, unfortunately, but he is a rugby player down under. His last name is Tongia. But yeah, that's not actually the reason why I'm changing his face, though. The reason why I'm changing his face is actually because the face texture is really, really low quality. There wasn't a lot of high definition photos of him, so I just took what I can get and worked with that. But now we have AI, which, in addition to doing logos and tattoos and stuff like that, you can also do faces. Did I upload the face? Yes. Why isn't it here? Where is the face? Are you serious? I thought I uploaded it. Man, y'all are messing with me right now. I'm so disorganized. Well, I guess I won't be doing that now, won't I? Not yet, anyway. Yeah, it was one of the faces that you would put up on the Instagram group that I was using. I had to do a whole lot of processing, though, in Photoshop to boost up the exposure to get the shadow off the side of the face. But I've kind of mastered that, so now I can do that with any face. So, yeah, we're just building up the skill set right now. Like, it's crazy. It's just that I forgot to freaking upload it to Community Creations. I guess that'll be something that I'll do the next time I get on stream, just to show it off. And then I gotta also do the upload the chest and back textures for more musculature on the body models. That one I'm actually going to upload publicly to Community Creations so that everybody can have it, because yeah, everybody's going to need that. Oh gosh, like the one man, listen, Pan, I was just kind of experimenting with some of the face styles, or like different ethnicities. And for like Asian faces, like Japanese or Chinese girls, like I have a lot of them that I just have like sitting that I can just upscale. I might throw some of them up in the Discord server after I do the processing, because the only problem with it is, again, Like for some strange reason, it generates them with like really hard lighting on one side. Even if I try to put prompts in for like natural light or sunlight, like I've got a prompt right now that gets me as close as that can get to like natural even lighting, but I still have to go into Photoshop and raise the exposure in some parts and do the whole photo retouching thing. That's stuff that would actually cost a couple $100 if we were doing it professionally. Like there are photographers who actually do that stuff for a living. And here I am doing it for a freaking video game. What am I doing with my life, damn it? I'm just joking. Because I do graphic design and stuff like that on the side too. So it's kind of part and parcel with that. But once I get that done, I will post them up and you're gonna like them. Like these are some gorgeous faces. Like AI is fucking scary. Like this shit is scary. It is too good, and it's not even like it's still new. To think that it could actually get better. Like you actually got freaking videos right now getting taken down off of social media because they use AI voices that actually sound like people. Like you got one, I think it was like freaking Obama talking with Alex Jones that got taken off of Twitter or something like that. And it's like, y'all don't know how much of a problem this is gonna be. Like it's gonna get worse before it gets better, but let's just take advantage of it while we can and be creative before people start being destructive with it. Yes, exactly. Skynet scary. Yes. Actually even starting to see video using AI art that looks pretty freaking awesome. That could wind up being a bad thing in the long term. Yeah, I got one right now that I had just touched up that is gorgeous that I can't use because, you know, every Japanese wrestler character that I have has already got the face that's accounted for. See, that's my only problem with the AI really is that I can't really use a whole lot of it myself because I have all of my assets pre-made. But for any new characters, sure, why not? Or I can just throw it up for free on Community Creations and collect free upvotes. Or throw it up on Discord for people to have it for themselves. Pretty much. Like, bro, it's getting even worse than that. Like, they're using AI to create thirst trap pictures of girls that actually don't exist and putting them up on social media. And the simps can't tell the difference. What is wrong with the world? It's getting stupid out here, folks. What can I tell you? Buyer beware. Yeah, that can be an issue too. With the faces looking too close to each other. You just got to use your eyes to kind of differentiate different features to come up with different faces. You can work it out though. Yeah, there's a lot of dudes who are down bad. Oh yes. But back to the faces, like, because I did a test run on standard issue cis white male, and they all look pretty close. I mean, not close. They all look pretty different from each other. Even though they all kind of favor Johnny Sins with the bald head. I just can't unsee that. Like Johnny Sins on social media was a couple of years premature because he could have been Tyrone before Tyrone was Tyrone. If y'all don't know who Tyrone is, it's like, was it D Storm who was doing that? I forgot. It was like, I'm Tyrone, and I'm here to F your wife. Long dick style. Yeah. Back when social media was fun. Yeah, you got to generate them bald because otherwise the hair is going to get in the way of the face. Oh, John Cena with the square jaw. Yeah, I know. I know. You type in perfect face. The AI gives you what its idea of a perfect face is for that ethnicity. Pretty much. What can I say? It's AI. It's still, it's still learning. Skynet is still learning, folks. It isn't going to kill us all just yet. Give it a couple of years. Oi. Okay, I think we're done looking at a low poly face for now. But as far as the rest of him goes, yeah, you see pretty much. If you've seen him before, this is just basically a retread of his original attire. Got the Finn Balor beast thing going, blue and red color, to pay homage to his mentor Yoshi Togo, who also uses that color scheme. Yes. And then the black variants, because I'm unimaginative, and I gotta make all of my characters wear red and black. No, we still got a couple more years until the apocalypse happens, Pen. We'll be alright. Yeah. Tyrone will go down in internet history. Aha. Okay then, FMF. With that being said, I definitely have to change his face. But yeah, I was going to change it anyway because this picture is really, really, really low quality compared to the other face textures that I've been making, particularly the AI generated ones. But I was kind of desperate. But that'll be different the next time you see him. Yes. Thirsty. Yep, they're all coming back. I have like 4 review videos up on the channel that show which caws I'm going to be recreating as they look in 2K19. So they're going to look probably a little different in 2K20. So I got one for the males and one for the diamonds. Well, 2 each. The face men's roster and the heel men's roster, and then the face diamond roster and heel diamond roster. So those are all time stamped. You can check to see the individual entrances. Those are obviously going to be different too because some of those entrances are not available. But yeah. That'll basically show you everybody who I'm going to be making to begin with. There will be more after that. But all those guys, yeah. Cool. Yeah. Brody gonna eat good tonight. Oh, I got a bald head. Yes. Another certified hood classic. Those early days of social media when people didn't complain about everything. That was offensive. Cancel them. Those were the days. The championship is going to stay the same because, you know, I cannot stand the way that the new IWGP championship looks like. I'm sorry. It looks terrible. The big belt was always the best belt. They called it the third belt. But that one looked the best. I don't like the new one. So it's just going to be a remake of the one that I've always been making. However, the actual View Japan Arena is going to look different. I'm going to change the logo, kind of streamline it, make it look a little bit more like the New Japan logo, but not. Like, instead of saying King of Sport, it's going to say Sport of Kings. You know, I'm just unimaginative. What can I say? This is true, Alpha. Yeah. You know. Then eventually they started paying attention. And I don't like what this is saying. This makes me feel uncomfortable. And then came guys like Jordan Peterson and Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, and Andrew Tate. That was just the death knell. That was just the last nail in the coffin. Shut everybody up. We don't like what they're saying. They make us feel uncomfortable. What is your thoughts on the TV title? I don't know, man. Like, they've been really kind of inconsistent with their championships. Like, why would you bring a TV championship in just after you retired the Intercontinental Championship? You could have just used that instead. Like, I get they don't want to have too many belts, but, like, you just retired one just to bring another one in? That kind of makes no sense. Yeah, I just really don't understand the design philosophy for the new heavyweight championship. Like, what, did they make it smaller because the wrestlers are smaller? Was it too big for Will Ospreay's shoulder or something? Like, I don't understand. Make it make sense. You try to appease the North American audience by making the title just as ugly as North American championships. That makes sense. I guess that would be a understandable alibi, I suppose. Like, why? Why did you do that? Yeah, like the women's championship looks bigger than the heavyweight title. Like, they're almost the same size. I saw a picture of Mercedes, like one of the shows that they just did. So Mercedes and Okada are both in the ring with the titles. And the women's championship looks almost the same size as the heavyweight championship. That makes no sense. Not cool. Not a good look. Like the WWE belts, even though they suck, they're all the same size. At least the major titles. The SmackDown Women's and Raw Women's, and then the Undisputed. They're all the same size. They just look ugly. Possibility of never title or Intercontinental title. Well, I do have a GWGP Intercontinental Championship that this gentleman on your screen here was the former champion of. But I'm moving him over to the XWA roster and not the View Japan roster, which I will re-explain again in a second. But my equivalent for the Never Championship is actually going to be the XWA Pure Championship, which I'm actually changing into. I think I had the graphic somewhere. I think I remade it. But I'm actually changing it to the Pure Openweight Championship. So it's kind of named after the Never Openweight Championship. So it's still going to be the Pure Rules, which would be basically I'll run matches that will have no ring outs, so you can't leave the ring, and no rope breaks. So pinfalls or submissions are anywhere in the ring. But then on top of that, it's also open weight, so there's like no storyline or like pretty much it's like open challenge, like the TNT Championship. Let anybody can compete for it. There's no rank for it. Like you want a shot at it, you got to go after Rasputin and get it off of him. Good luck. Because he's going to be jacked up. His moveset is going to be beastly when I get to making him. Oh, gosh. He's going to be a boss character. Pretty much. But then speaking of boss characters, hang on one second. Yeah, the wrestlers holding it tend to be smaller. Because they don't have big guys in AEW. You know, the largest guys that they have is Hobbs, Wardlow, Luchasaurus, Butcher, and I guess we can count Evil Uno, but he's only big because he's, you know, a little chunky. But they don't have a whole lot of big boys. They don't have a whole lot of horses. And Miro, also, wherever he is. So yeah, that belt's going to look big on everybody. But yeah, so back to the whole View Japan thing. Like, I'm changing the logo up a bit. I'm also going to change the roster a bit. Well, not really change, but just kind of make things different, basically. So I explained this in a previous stream. The nickname for the View Japan roster is going to be the Murderer's Row, which is obviously named after the nickname of the starting four in the batting lineup for the New York Yankees back in the old days of Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and such like that. They called them the Murderer's Row because they killed pitches. Like, you get home runs off of them, like, easy. So anyway, their nickname is the Murderer's Row because the entire roster is going to be boss level characters. Like, I'm creating and recreating characters that I had previously made and probably never released, or just recreating characters that are based off of actual Japanese Puro legends. So Masawa, Muto, obviously Victory Musashi, who's based off of Antonio Inoki, Vader, Bruiser Brody. Like, this roster is going to be jacked up. It's going to be intense. So yeah. But that's going to be after I finish the XWA roster. Like, you know, kind of a side project thing. I'm still going to make the arena first, just so people have it. But as far as the roster, it's going to be smaller than I had made it before. But the guys who are going to be in it are going to be killers, like the old days when they literally killed each other. I say that literally because there's been a couple of actual fatalities in Japanese wrestling, unfortunately. Rest in peace to Misao. But yeah. So yeah, I got a lot of things planned for this game. Needless to say. Yeah. How do I find the time for it? That's the question of the day. But it is after midnight, so I'm past time, unfortunately. It's work day tomorrow for me. I will probably be back on stream Wednesday because tomorrow is reset day on Destiny 2, and I'm going to go get that stuff done, some story content and grinding for higher powered loot and such. And I don't think you guys would be too interested in that, so. But maybe we'll give it a try, see how it works. Then again, my brother has a deathly cough, and I don't want that in your ear, so I probably won't be online. But we'll be back on Wednesday for sure. And I don't know who I'm going to make next. I guess we'll give it the next 24 hours to figure that out. I know I got one other dude that I have planned. Maybe I'll just get back into making the characters that I'm going to be using for the Insurrection show, which means, yeah, we'll get back into the females because obviously the Diamonds are going to be involved. There will be the Diamond Championship match and the Diamond... No, I got all the belts on the line for my card. So it'll be the Diamond Championship match, Diamond Tag Team match, and Pro Championship match. So plenty of ladies coming down that I'll be recreating. I guess I'll start on that. Just don't know with who to start. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I've been on for 3 whole hours. That's cool. And it's just as cool the fact that, you know, y'all have been on for 3 whole hours with me, give or take. This whole streaming thing is kind of cool. I could do one of the new ones. Sure, why not? I just have to make sure I get all that stuff ready first so I'm not wasting time on stream. All right, then. That sounds like a plan. That being said, thanks again for hanging out this evening. And we will do it again in the not so distant future. Maybe I'll jump on tomorrow, you know. Y'all might not be the first person shooter type, but maybe you'll enjoy my commentary anyway. We'll see. I just can't get over the fact that she looks so damn flawless. Like, wow. This might be the best year for my female cause ever. And that's saying something. Indeed. Good night, everybody. Please do stop by again. Don't be strangers. Absolutely. Deuces.